Продовжимо роботу.
We continue our working day in the press center of Ukrainian Crisis Media Center, and currently we have a report about situation in the ATO area, and we have Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk, official spokesperson of the Ministry of Defense. Dear friends, good afternoon. Please listen to the events from the 24 hours from the contact line. In Luhansk sector, main combat activities yesterday transferred to Popasnyansky district. The enemy started to shell our positions near Popasna and Troitsk from 2 p.m. and continued the shellings till the end of the day. And the band formations broadly used mortars, and they launched more than 60 mortar bombs. The peak of combat activities was between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. when the lion's share of bombs were launched upon our platoon posts. In Novo-Aidar district, it was quiet. In Stanishna, Luhansk, the enemies violated ceasefire regime twice, late night, and used small arms. In total, in Lugansk sector, there were 13 shellings from the enemies, and out of them 6 mortar shellings. In Donetsk sector, yesterday the situation was more quiet. The shellings lasted from 30 minutes to 120 minutes. They shelled our posts 8 times, which is less than the previous day. The geography remains almost the geography of shellings remains almost the same, except Svetlodarsk bridge, where yesterday the situation was quiet. The biggest hotspot was the south of the Horlivka line. In Novhorodsk, the sniper worked at night. In Verkhnyatoretsk, the enemies became active between night and midnight and launched 30 bomb nines and small arms. In Avdiivka, there were 2 shellings. In Mayorsk, in Pisky, enemy shellings were of provocative nature, and they were held soon to sunset. In Mariupol sector, the situation remains almost without changes. The biggest hotspots is in the south, where shellings continued from 10 a.m. to midnight. The enemies used here small arms and armored infantry vehicles. 1 mortar shelling was in Vodane and 1 in Shirokine. In Maryinsky district, the enemies occasionally violated ceasefire regime from snipers' rifles. Also, 1 mortar shelling was near Dokuchayevsk, where 5 mines were launched, and in general, in Mariupol sector yesterday, there were 26 enemy shellings. Out of them, 3 were from mortars. Ukrainian troops remains ready and stay ready and immediately respond to the most naughty appearances of the occupants' aggression. Thus, the intelligence proves that Ukrainian response fire had killed 3 participants of band formations and 7 more were wounded. During the last 24 hours, one Ukrainian serviceman was killed and 6 more servicemen were wounded and injured. We express our sympathy to the families and friends of the perished servicemen. The SBU service had neutralized the mine produced in Russia in village Lopaskine, close to Shchasta city in Luhansk district. This is anti-infantry mine, which is produced purely in Russia, and it is not used by Ukrainian troops. In Baranivka village, 2 more anti-infantry mines, Mon 50 and 1 TNT bomb, were neutralized. The intelligence proves that they were planned for subversions against ATO forces.
The Caucasian exercises of Ukrainian military men continues at the Black Sea firing ground of the military academy in the city of Odessa. The students of intelligence and special purpose department continued their training. All exercises are conducted in the condition maximum resembling the combat conditions. The most difficult test is an 80-kilometer march with the arms. During these exercises, the students trained in setting up basic camps on unprepared territory. In Zaporizhia region, 1-week exercises are in progress for motormen and artillerymen of National Guard of Ukraine. In the Western Operative Territorial Composed Unit, the training for grenade launchers just has finished. The staff improved their practical skills on cohesion of crews and delivering fire, and assault anti-tank weapon crews conducted training in field conditions and also using stimulators. In Alexandria, at the base of Aviation Guard unit, the training in airdrop missions were conducted. The parachute jumps were carried out by representatives of the headquarters of the National Guard of Ukraine, as well as Western, Southern, Eastern, Central and Northern territorial departments. The airdrop missions were conducted using Mi-8 helicopter at Novotroitsk checkpoint. 24 lorries carrying international humanitarian aid entry the Donetsk region. They brought 400 tons of food and drugs and construction materials. And finally, today, the Russian party unilaterally registered and cleared at customs the 64th so-called humanitarian convoy. Early in the morning, the Russian checkpoint Donetsk and Matveyev Kurgan registered the entry to Ukraine of 2 columns of the so-called humanitarian convoys composed of 41 lorries. The lorries allegedly brought food for children and drugs. Thank you. That's all for today.